As we welcome you back here to the baseball field, we apologize as unfortunately we reached the maximum amount of time we're able to live stream here without starting a new one. But in case we'll give you a recap of what happened there. Not much happened, just a fly ball out to the center field Nicholson. And that will be out number one here for the Pirates here in the top of the fifth inning. So with runners on first and second, scores 3-10 with the batter Lewis coming to bat. And now with 2 balls and a strike on Lewis, the shortstop. He's got runners on first and second here with 1 out. Toy, meanwhile, sitting at 85 pitches on the day, will check over both runners at first and second, and will gun from the stretch. That one low and inside on Lewis to move the count to the hitter's count 3-1 here for Paw Paw with 1 out. And we'll see if they can get a few runs here, much needed, as they only got 8 more outs to get back on top here in this game. As Toy tries to pick off the runner, Fravel doesn't get back there in time. Excuse me, Fravel does get back there in time. Moreland remains put at second base. And 3-1 count and 1 out. Toy checks again on both runners with Lewis awaiting the pitch. As Toy toss that one, missed outside for ball number 4. And that will load up the base pads for no one else than Connor Williams, the left fielder, who's going 0 for 1 on the day, but will have an excellent opportunity to drive in some runs here as the left-hander takes a few whirls of the bat and will settle in here inside the box. And the first pitch swung on and missed. Outside pitch. Just going to hold back there by Williams, and he'll come set once more as Toy tries to get out of this jam for the Rams. That one, a called strike. Same place on that outside corner out of the strike zone. A good job there by Toy to paint the corners of the zone. And now he's got 2 strikes, and we'll try to get him here. Meanwhile, Williams pops that one to the left fielder, Trussler. Trussler quickly gets that in to Kemp, but Williams picks up an RBI, and now it's a 4-10 game as Paw Paw continues to tackle on those runs here in these innings, 1 by 1, but it all adds up in the end. And we'll see if they can continue that here with still the bases loaded in the first pitch to McGraw's taken for a ball. And you have to wonder maybe if Toy's just getting a little burnt out here on the mound as he's thrown 91 pitches on the day. And the next one is taken up high once more for ball number 2. And we'll see what head coach Eric Swank's plan is here for who he will put in next, as we'll see that here soon. In the meantime, an upstairs pitch. McGraw swings at that one immediately. Knows that that one was not in the strike zone, but he'll come back in the box and we'll get a chance to make up for here with a 2-1 count. That one is taken once more for strike number 2, and a 2-2 count with 1 out. Top of the 5th, McGraw at the plate. Over 2 on the day with the bases loaded. Nowhere to put him, but Toy will try to get him on the curveball. That one, though, is missed outside for ball number 3, so the count's loaded up here on McGraw. No room at the end on the bases as Toy tosses that one, but McGraw spoils the pitch as that one's drilled foul over in front of the concession stand there behind the backstop. And with 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out, McGraw stays alive in the batter's box, and he'll come to bat once again here. Toy pushes off the rubber, and that one's ball 4 as it missed up high, and Toy walks a run home, and Paw Paw has cut the Rams lead in half, And there in front of the dugout is Eric Swank, and he will come out. And fortunately for Toy, he's just on the ropes right now from the mound, and we'll see if Eric Swank will make a change as he comes out, and most likely the scenario, and indeed he will. So we'll talk things over and see what goes on here for the Rams, as we'll be back right after this. Cameron Kemp coming onto the mound to pitch for Turkeyfoot. Back in conference, Paw Paw being productive at the plate as the Rams take out Will Toy, and he'll move over to shortstop while Cameron Kemp will come to the mound. The junior opening pitch, ball's taken inside, and Paw Paw has the bases loaded here with one out as Kemp tries to clean things up here for Turkeyfoot in the top of the fifth, as he'll push off the mound, and a cold strike on the batter, Ashby Abe, to move the count to 1-1 and 1 out here in the top of the fifth. As meanwhile, the batter, Abe, quickly turns back and calls time there right before the pitch, as Kemp was a little surprised as he was already almost into his wind-up, as before he even realized the time was called, the pitch was already almost thrown. But he'll get the ball back, and we'll toss the next one in for ball number 2 to put the count at 2-1 and 1 out. As Abe takes a few swings outside of the box before coming back in. The infield's in here for Turkeyfoot, and the next pitch is taken inside for ball number 3. So a hitter's count here for Abe, who's 0 for 1 on the day, as Kemp still trying to get into that rhythm on the mound with a 3-1 count. As the pitch is thrown, and Abe takes a swing at that one, and that will put the count loaded up at 3-2. As Kemp tries to get the batter Abe here for out number 2. Meanwhile, Abe trying to put the ball in play or get on base, and a ball 4 is taken. So 2 back-to-back walks has really hurt Turkeyfoot in this one. And now it's only a 4-run lead by the Rams. And now the game time run is at the plate for Paw Paw, with the top of the order Gunther coming to the plate. And you just can't preach it enough about what a good job that bottom of the order that the Pirates have done today, really working the pitcher, Toy, and now Kemp as ball 1 is taken. And been a big part in the Paw Paw's offense staying alive and making sure they keep putting on runs on the scoreboard, as The next pitch to Gunther is swung on a miss to put the count at 1-1 as we have a little bit of a train go by here out in left field. As a fun sight to see there is always something going on here and Confluence at the baseball field as a cold strike now is taken on Gunther to put him behind in the count at 1-2. 1 out, Kent from the mound. The throw home. Swung on and missed, and that will be out number 2 as Gunther goes down swinging there for the second out of the inning.
Is it the 6th inning?
As Barker comes back up to bat for Paw Paw, and she'll take an opening cold strike. As Barker today 1 for 3, and she's got the bases full here. As the ball all comes down to what happens here at the boxes. That one is taken in for ball 1, but the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here with 2 outs. The pitch by Kemp home, swung on and missed for strike number 2. So once again, Cameron Kemp is in this 1 ball 2 strike count, and we'll see if he can officially work out this inning and prevent any more damage being done from the Pirates. The throw home, popped in the right field, will it land fair? Yes, it will! Down the line it goes, 2 will score, and now the runner, Gunther, is on the second, and a double down the line by Barker. And it's a 2-point game as Paw Paw has exploded in this inning, and Moreland is up to bat. What a crack that was by the batter, and Barker down the first base line as McGraw and Williams both score across the plate. And just when you thought all was lost for Paw Paw, they're not done yet as it's an 8-10 game. And Moreland's up to bat here as the first pitch is taken for a cold strike. And the in-time run with Barker now standing just at second base. And Moreland will try to get something out of his at-bat here, but he falls down in the count with 2 quick swinging missing strikes. And you gotta be careful here. 2 strikes, 2 outs. Kemp from the rubber. Strike 3 called. Down goes Moreland. And that will end the inning, but oh my. Paw Paw gets on fire. And the Pirates are riding the ships right now here through the muggy waters of the Rams. But we'll see if they can get back on top and win this game as Rams try to come to bat here in the bottom of the 5th. We'll step aside before returning here in Confluence. So we welcome all of you viewers back here to the baseball game. I was just told that we have reached the 200 subscriber mark, so a big accomplishment there, and I can't express my gratitude enough for how thankful I am for all of you supporters that are constantly here and watching these games and making all this happen and possible. So I wanted to just say thank you all again for everything that you've done and subscribing to the channel. And 200 is a big number, and we're very happy that we've been able to accomplish that goal, and we hope to just continue that success throughout the upcoming years here doing high school sports, as Will Toy meanwhile starts off the Rams here at the plate, as Rams have their work cut out for them now, still leading by 2, but not before. A whole different story now in this game, as last time they came to bat, they were up by a handful of runs, and now that's been shortened by the Pirates, as Toy fouls that one back for strike number 2. And now pitcher Fravel will try to get the out here with 2 strikes. No outs, as the pitch to Toy missed outside for ball number 1. As Fravel maybe trying to get the chase pitch there by Toy. Toy says no. That will put the count at a ball and 2 strikes. As Toy takes a few swings of the bat, he'll get set for this one, and now that one's taken outside for ball number 2 to put the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2 count here by Fravel. The throw home to Toy, cracked up the center field into the alleyway by Toy. A beautiful rip there by the senior. And to start off this inning, he'll be picking up a single here for the Rams, with Cameron Kemp coming to the plate here batting second, and it's 2 for 3 on the day. As Fravel sitting at 44 pitches, checks on the first base runner Toy, and he'll toss that one home, but that one a good bit outside for ball number 1. Catcher Gunther was there and made a little bit of a move down the first base line to pull Toy back to the bag before returning that ball back over to Fravel. The Pirates of Paw Paw, West Virginia, trying to get back into this one, as Toy will steal second. In the meantime, the pitch to Kemp was taken outside for ball number 2. And with a 2-3 count, 2 balls, no strikes. The next pitch is thrown in and taken outside for ball number 3. So 3 quick balls, and now the count sits at 3-0 here with no outs. And the bottom of the 5th inning, and now as Kemp gets it, it's bobbled now by the pitcher Fravel, but even more, Toy's caught in a jam now over down the first base line, as Paw Paw gets him in a rundown, and a successful job there by Paw Paw as they get Toy out on the third base line. So the ground ball there to the pitcher Fravel. Kemp gets the first base safely, but Toy is picked off from third to at third, and he is retired there for out number 1. So in the meantime, though, Kemp did move up to second base. And ball 1 now is taken here on the number 3 batter, Brandon Trussler, as he taps the plate, and Fravel will come set on the mound. So he'll toss that one home, but now ball 2 is held upon by Trussler, as Brandon Trussler currently has 2 balls and no strikes on him. The senior batting number 3 in this Rams order, as Fravel comes set and will miss that one outside the zone for ball number 3. And a throwback from Gunther to Fravel, just by Fravel, but Kemp won't advance any bases, so nothing is made out of it. But Fravel, has to be careful here with a 3-0 count. With Tressler at the plate. Tressler 1 for 2 in the day. He'll wait the pitch from Fravel, and this time it's taken outside for ball 4 to put Tressler 1 and bring up Blake Nicholson to the plate. And we'll see if Nicholson can be the hero once again here for the Rams, as it always seems like he's up to bat when the Rams need him the most. And we'll see if Nicholson can add a few more runs on here. A few insurance runs, I should say, for the Rams here in this bottom of the 5th inning. As in the meantime, Gunther will come out to talk things over with Fravel before Fravel trots back into home plate. And Nicholson up to bat. 1 for 3. Of course, he had that home run blast to center field a while back in this game, and the initial pitch thrown is outside of the strike zone for ball number 1. As Fravel trying to work his way here from the mound with 53 pitches under his belt as he comes set from the stretch. And that one is kicked down into the left field alley. One will score. Tressler on his wheels to third. And a single by Blake Nicholson up to right field scores 1 run, and Tressler moves from first to third, and the Rams get 1 more run to make it 11-8 ball game. So now Grant Grove up to bat. The ball gets by the catcher Gunther, and Brandon Tressler in safely. What a heads-up play by the senior, as Gunther saw Tressler with a little bit of a lead there from third, went to get up to toss the ball, realized he didn't have it, and Tressler took full advantage of it and was able to get in time just before the tag of Gunther to make it a 12-8 game. And in the meantime, Blake Nicholson moves all the way from first to third base in the meantime as he swaps positions with Tressler. And with 1 ball, 1 Grove, he'll settle in the box once again, but this time he'll take the next pitch for ball number 2. So 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Fravel still working from the mound as the Rams have got 2 more runs in this inning to give them a 4-run lead, as that one gets by the catcher Gunther for ball number 3, as Fravel still trying to get back here, but he's struggled in this inning where he's fallen behind in the count on multiple Rams batters. And it's hurt Paw Paw here in this bottom of the 5th inning, but he'll work back to get a strike call on the number 5 batter Grove, as the catcher will slap his bat off of the home plate and settle back in and await for the pitch by Gibson Fravel. A throw by Gibson outside for ball 4, and now the walk by Fravel will put Grove on at first, and Grove grounds first base on the walk, and Grove, another heads-up play, goes from first to second, and Grove doesn't even have to worry about waiting for the Paw Paw Pirates to throw any more pitches, as he jumps on the second base, and the Pirates will make a change with McGraw coming to pitch on the mound. As we'll take a quick break and breather here in Confluence with the Rams up 12-8. as McGraw comes onto the mound for Paw Paw and gets a first pick called strike here on Jesse Culp with runners on second and third, as Fravel meanwhile moves over to second, as that next pitch is taken for a ball as it almost got by, well, I should say it did get by Gunther, but cracked off the leg there of the home plate umpire. He appears to be okay. And with the 1-1 count, Jesse Culp 0 for 2 on the day will try to get an RBI as he'll knock that one to third base. Culp trying to beat it, and he'll get the out, but pick up the RBI as Nicholson will score from third. And Grove moves up to replace Nicholson over at third base. So now Hunter Holiday up to the plate. 2 outs. 13-8 lead by the Rams as they've got some key runs here in this inning, as the first pitch to the right-handed first baseman Holiday is up high for ball 1. He's 2 for 3 here today. And a 13-8 game in this 5th inning, as that one is drilled up high in the air, but it'll bounce out of play for a foul ball. So that one got caught up in the trees and just finally landed, as everyone was trying to keep their heads covered there as it never came down, but finally makes his way down after hitting a few tree limbs there. And with a 1-1 count, McGraw will go back to work, but doesn't come full throttle there as he misses to move the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. As McGraw just struggling a little bit here from the mound, as I can tell, just struggling to get that pitch all the way down and get that arm completely across the shoulders. He's kind of standing up and leaving that up in the air, but he seems to see if he can fix that here as the next pitch. He does get that full complete pitch and is fouled back by the batter Holiday to even up the count at 2-2 with 2 outs. As McGraw looks home and will try to end it here. The throw home. Popped up in the air by Holiday. Will it go foul? Will it stay fair? It'll go foul as the third baseman Moreland went a little bit too far over there to the left, and the ball came back and went over his head behind them. But luckily it was out of play, and Zonley will count for a foul ball. And we'll keep this count at 2-2 here with 2 outs. As McGraw will dig in from the rubber and throw home as Holiday comes towering down from his position there, and he falls down in the box as that one a little high and close on Holiday, and want to make sure he stayed in there, and that will move the count to 3-2. McGraw with the throw. Ball 4 is taken, and now Grove will run home, and Grove will be in safely with the stolen base from third to home, and Holiday will move to first on the walk. So Robbie Tusky now coming up to bat. He'll run down the line to talk things over with third base coach Brian Toy. And with 2 outs, the Rams have kind of deflated the Pirates' energy here in this bottom of the 5th inning. As up safely to second will be Hunter Holiday. And just right now, currently, Paw Paw's just struggled. Well, I shouldn't say struggled. The Rams have almost just been so dominant at the plate. Paw Paw has tried to done all they can, but Rams have just really put the bat to the ball, and that's Paw Paw's just tried to make the plays, and that's really all you can do. As Tusky takes the second pitch for a ball to put the count at 2 balls and 2 outs. McGraw still working here for the Paw Paw Pirates. The third pitcher here on the day as Holiday takes off for third, as Tusky takes a swing and a miss there to put the count at 2-1. Here with 2 outs, 8-14 game. As the next pitch by McGraw way upstairs for ball number 3. Now Kotatsky has the 3-1 count in his favor here, with Bryce Schmidt on deck, and then the top of the order coming back up for the Rams. As McGraw tries to work his way back, that one will get low for ball number 4. And that will move runners to first and third, with Bryce Schmidt coming up to bat as he's going 0 for 1 on the day. We'll look to extend that. I should say, look to get his first hit of the day at the plate. As McGraw will push off the rubber. Tusky stealing second. A cold strike is taken there at the kneecaps by Schmidt. Batting ninth in this order. As McGraw tosses that one, and a high pitch is drilled up to center field, and that one will get in front of the center fielder Barker. 2 will score, and now Schmidt starts to get off first base as the Pirates tried to get that in time to get the runner Tusky, but already across the plate was Tusky, so the single to center field by Schmidt gives the Rams puts the Rams up by 8 more runs as the count goes to 16-8, with the Toy and the Rams still alive here in this bottom of the 5th inning, as Pirates is trying to get out of this inning and get back to the plate for the top of the 6th. But struggling to do so here, but they got 2 outs, and now Schmidt's taking off for second. So the ball gets by the catcher Gunther. And meanwhile, the count on Toy will go to ball and a strike. Toy 2 for 3 on the day, almost a perfect 3-3. He'll try to go 3 from 4 as the next pitch thrown by McGraw, taken up high at the helmet for ball number 2. Here on Will Toy. Toy takes a few swings of the bat. McGraw throw home, missed outside for ball number 3 to move the count to 3 balls and 1 strike here on Will Toy. Will Toy used to go to school down in West Virginia himself, down in Ridgely, West Virginia, where he attended Frankfort High School, as he now takes ball for number 4. And that will put Toy and Schmidt on base, with Cameron Kemp coming to at bat. Cameron Kemp playing his 2nd year as a varsity player. And now that one is low for ball number 1. As Cameron Kemp will take a few swings of the bat and will poke that one foul to put the count of the ball and a strike. Tyler McGraw's thrown 24 pitches since coming in relief here in this bottom of the 5th inning. Cameron Kemp 2 for 4 in the day. Currently leads the Rams. Second in the Rams when it comes to batting average, sitting at 400. This next pitch is low and outside for ball number 2. Meanwhile, Tyler McGraw pitching for the first time in this 2021 Paw Paw Pirates campaign, as he'll throw that fastball low for ball number 3, and each runner will move up a base for the Rams to put runners at 2nd and 3rd here with 2 outs. 16-8 lead. McGraw 3-1 count on Kemp. Toss that one, can't get the pitch down, and now that will load the bases up for Brandon Tressler to come to bat here for the Rams with a 16-8 lead. As Another thing to keep in mind here is its 10 runs rule comes into play after 5 innings. So if the Rams can get 2 more runs here, the game should be over due to that 10-run rule, as Trussler will try to do so here with the ball on him. So next pitch is swung on and chopped foul, as Trussler I think was trying to more get out of the way at that one, but accidentally swung on and missed to put the count at 1-1 strike. As McGraw still trying to produce from the mound here for his Paw Paw Pirates team, as he'll once again throw that one, but can't get that one into the zone for ball number 2. Here with the bases juice for Brandon Trussler. The senior awaits the pitch from McGraw. That one missed low for ball number 3 as it bounces off the catcher's glove Gunther, but catcher Gunther is quickly there to get the ball and make sure Schmidt doesn't move in from third base. And Trussler once again has the count in favor at 3-1. McGraw seems to unfortunately has kept that count at 3-1 and just hasn't been able to get it back as he loses the batter. Trussler there and walks in Schmidt. And 17-8 moves the score. And Blake Nicholson at the plate for the Rams with ducks on the pond here in a 17-8 game. Blake Nicholson, the senior. Rams have 7 total seniors on their roster this year. 11 total players, as Nicholson fouls that one over the right into, right in front of the fans there down the third base line. That's a good turnout here for today's game. The loyal Paw Paw Pirate fans making the long drive to get up here to Confluence to support their team. As the next pitch on Blake Nicholson is outside for and up high for ball number 1, as fans like to bring their lawn chairs here and sit down the third base line or sit to the right of us over in the bleachers. With the 1-1 count, McGraw will throw that one up high as he falls behind on Nicholson to put the count at 2-1. As Tyler McGraw, 35 pitches in this inning, trying to end it here to get Nicholson to swing, as he gives Nicholson that one, and Nicholson scales that one to center field, and oh my, Blake Nicholson with a grand salami. What a blast! A 2-hit home run game for Blake Nicholson, and 4-run score. Wowzers, wowzers, wowzers. Blake Nicholson, the grand slam, and that will do it here today, as Nicholson and the Rams end the game in fashion with a blast to center field. Right, well, Nicholson hit the other one today. That's something that's hard to believe. Nicholson picks up his first 2 home runs on the season, and both are in the same game, with one being no other than a beautiful home run that's right down in the wheelhouse of Blake Nicholson. And as soon as it was hit, I think everyone here knew it was going, and that will do things here at the ballpark as the Rams get the 21-8 win. And we'll step aside. We'll have a quick post-game. We'll have a post-game with stats and a recap of today's story, and maybe get a post-game interview here right after this. Stay tuned, everyone. Back here in Confluence, let's take a look at everything that happened today at the plate for the Rams. Will Toy went 2 for 3. He scored 4 times and had 2 walks. Cameron Kemp, 2 for 4 at the plate, 2 RBIs and a walk. Brandon Trusser, 1 for 2, 3 runs scored, an RBI, 3 walks, and a strikeout. Blake Nicholson with the 2 home runs. He was 3 for 5 at the plate and picked up a grand total of 8 RBIs on the day. As Grant Grove then went 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. Jesse Culp 0 for 3 and RBI was picked up by the third baseman. Hunter Holiday 2 for 3, or RBI, walk, and strikeout. Stephen Hoover 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Robbie Tuskey 0 for 1, a walk, run scored, and a strikeout. Bryce Schmidt 2 at bats, 1 hit, 3 RBIs, 1 walk, and a strikeout. Meanwhile, Will Toy picked up the win for the Rams. He pitched 4 1/3 innings, allowed 7 hits, 8 runs, 6 of those were earned. He had 5 walks, 2 strikeouts, while Cameron Kemp got the save coming in relief, pitching 2/3 innings, 1 hit, allowed 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. Meanwhile, for Paw Paw, Gunther 0 for 4 at the plate. Barker went 2 for 4, 2 RBIs to lead the Pirates here today. Moreland 3 for 4, had 2 runs scored. Fravel went 2 for 2, an RBI, while Corbett 0 for 3 at the plate with a strikeout. Lewis 0 for 1, a run scored, 2 walks, and a K. Williams went 1 for 2, 2 runs, an RBI, and a walk. McGraw, meanwhile, went 0 for 2 with an RBI and a walk. Then Abe went 0 for 1 with a walk and RBI. Meanwhile, on the pitching side of things, for the visiting Pirates, Moreland went 2 innings, allowed 4 hits, 7 runs, 5 of those were earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and allowed a home run. Meanwhile, Fravel pitched 2 1/3 inning, gave up 7 runs, 2 of those were earned, 5 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, and McGraw lastly threw a third of an inning, allowing 2 hits, 7 runs, all 7 of those were earned, 5 walks, and a home run, as Moreland took the loss on the mound here today for the Pirates. Well, we'll be back here right after this. Stay tuned, everyone, here as we continue our post-game show right after this. I'm joined alongside the two-run homer run hitter, I should say, Blake Nicholson. Blake got his first 2 home runs of the season, both moonshots out there at center field. What was going through your head when you hit those home runs?
Well, when I walk up to the plate, I try not to keep anything in my mind. I just go up there with a strong mentality and just try to hit the ball.
Got the back there by the middle.